Hello everyone, this is Rosemary and this is my design team project for February for Tsunami Rose. And in this journal I use two kits. One is French classified, which you kind of see on the outside. This is one page that I really just fell in love because of these vintage roses. And the second kit was Jane Austen's English Rose kit. And what I've done here is make a journal folio out of 3 envelopes. And this idea came from the Book Vandal. She posted a tutorial where she makes this journal folio from 3 envelopes, and I really liked it very much, and due to her inspiration there, I have created this journal. The closure is made out of seam binding. I was given in a swap, this wonderful kind of taupe colored, and it is simply tied around it. And as we unravel, I'm not used to having such long seam binding. And if you look here, this is the flap of the envelope. And this is the closure that you've seen on those envelopes. Mine did not work as well because hers was much shorter, but the seam binding is tucked in there, and I wrap it around. She just kind of wrapped it around, and I kind of liked hers better than mine, but what can you say? So this is the flap, and like I said, I saw these vintage roses and I just fell in love with this page. And when you open it, you can see there are the roses there, a little bit clearer, and then I thought it would go really very well with the English Rose Jane Austen kit that Tsunami Rose has. So those are the 2 kits, and you see them right here in the cover, and I just like how she's just right there, very demure, peeking out, and this is just a little bit of lace, and I put this little illustration of, I guess, maybe Pride and Prejudice, and it is from the Jane Austen postcards. So this is made out of 3 envelopes, and it kind of folds up like this. And if you look, envelope, 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 okay? So I'm sure if you, the 3 envelopes, and then of course the strength comes from the printables, and I reinforced all the seams with muslin. So I did not use Tyvek, so under here you can just see a little bit of muslin peeking out through the lace, and to reinforce all these places because they are envelopes, so I wanted to strengthen it there. So the first part, and you know, if you watch your tutorial, you can put the journal up in front or you can put it underneath. It's all up to you. So I put it in the front, and here you see some little bit of lace peeking out, so I want that very vintagey romantic look. And here you see this is the envelope, and it is a side pocket right here, and this is a what do you call, it's like a side loading pocket, and right here is an envelope from the ephemera kit, and I left it open, and it flips open so you could write your secret message. And this rose in front is from a napkin decoupage. This is from the tuck, and you will see the napkin throughout all of the journal. So it is just to kind of keep the flap down, and the envelope forms a pocket where you can see you could journal on top of there. And this is from the page, you know, because as you can see, I cut a page from this, and this is left over. So I basically used all my scraps, and this is a gigantic long tag that fits right there. And this is a piece of ephemera. And then this is a tag of the napkin decoupage, which I used. These were like, remind me of English roses. And again, this is the closure to keep it down. And in this side loading pocket, here's a telegram from the printables. And it goes in here. And this is a little booklet that I made. And you can, you know, that's one of the nice things about Tsunami Rose printables. You can change the sizes. And it's just a little booklet. And the decorations come from the punches. I have avocado stain paper and just coffee stain paper. And in the center of the little signature is an envelope from the kit. So that goes in there. And I pull them out just so that you can see the ladies just peeking out. And as you could see, that makes it a real pretty spread there. And this is one of the pages from that kit, English Rose. And I just love it because of the roses, the oval, and the women just with their formal wear. I just think it's so pretty. So I wanted this journal to be kind of flat, so I got out my stamps. And plus I think they give that vintage feel to it. These are journaling cards that I kept as pages. And I just think they add interest. And again, the stamping, I forgot to stamp right here. Maybe I'll put a napkin. And again, this is that napkin that is what reminds me of English roses, music, the stamping. You can see how I dried it. I love these frames for vintage. It's a giant stamp I have. And I love, it gives that vintage feel to it. And again, this is a page that I used. They are distress ink and a little bit of lace just to give it that real dainty feel. And every time I think of that time period, I know how they corresponded by letters. So this reminds me, like, you know, how they would keep certain letters in a bunch tied with a ribbon. And this is, I left it open. I can put something in there if you want. But you could write, again, another secret message, put something in there, something secret, and then tie your ribbon. Now, that is not all that is there. It also is a pocket, and it is one of my favorite. Pull one out. This is one of my favorite pockets right there. And so you can see right there, it also goes that way. And again, this is some paper, some invitation paper my friend Janie gave me. And this is just beautiful, I think. You see the stamping, the journal page with a little bit of lace, and this beautiful doily with some napkin decoupage, and my punch, my with Martha Stewart punch right there. I just think it looks very, you know, just romantic. And again, this is the napkin I've talked to you about. And here is, this is, I think I used 2 pieces of just additional scrap paper from my stash. And I used a telegram as a pocket so you could journal a message there and then add some other materials there. I'm just showing you it's a pocket. And here's another one of those pages that had been wanting to make a journal with these ladies. And I used tea staining. And this was again, it's, I don't know what's the book pages, or it's one of Tsunami Roses that I can't remember exactly where it came from, but it was in my stash. But I just thought, oh, that just works perfectly. And in the English Rose, there are some pockets, and this is like a side loading pocket. But instead of making it into a pocket, I just fussy cut this lady. And I think I should probably do, I wouldn't be surprised if another journal I do more of these, because I just think that's such a pretty page right there, just to put her on the edge there. And it looks very pretty with this paper. And then this is one of my favorite stamps. And we come to the center of the signature, and it's an envelope. This is one of the leftover pieces from this lady. You see the roses right there? So I just put it right there, and along with some lace trim to give it that vintage feel. And again, here are some tags that come from the French classified, and they go in there. I tend to keep this kind of the center kind of plain. Oops. And again, right there, the other side of that writing there. Napkins, punching, light stamping, but you know, so it does feel like it's decorated, but you know, plenty of room. This is one of my favorites. This is from, she has some roses, a bunch of roses on a page, different sizes. So I made it into a tuck spot by just adding a doily and then gluing it just like an L shape. And this is one of the tags from the French classified. And it just works just beautiful. The green from the scrap paper, and this was a piece of paper from a notebook that I've had, that I have these pages, and it just goes really well. So again, very simple, but yes, I think it's elegant, vintage, and just kind of fun. This is a, you can flip this out, have a pop of pink polka dots. This is a tag I made from napkin decoupage, so you could probably put other tags right behind, use as a tuck spot like that. Any of your favorites. Again, just a very dainty little lace with a postcard. Talk to you about those, and as you can see, just kind of, oh, and then we come to the back, and this is the back. There's two tags. This is from the French classified, and this is the rose. You saw that one with a doily. This time I backed the rose with a Tim Holtz die cut right there. Added some lace to cover that muslin that I have, and I put the lady, because I want to showcase the lady, and I put my own tag in there, and it just kind of, you know, it looks nice, looks pretty. And so this is the journal. This is the journal part. I haven't counted how many pages it is, but it's a substantial journal. And it's laying pretty flat, which is what my intention. And then we come to the folio part. Now, folio has a pocket right here, and there are 3 tags. This is one of those tuck spots that come with English Rose, and I made her into a tag. So I cut the top part, and you notice that right there? Lo and behold, this is the top part right here. So, you know, I used all my scraps right there, and I bet you wouldn't have noticed if I hadn't pointed it out. So I just forgot to put my fibers up there. So I put her in there so you can kind of see her. And then this is the pink that I just kind of add for some color. And this is from the ephemera pack. And I kind of pull them up so that you can kind of see them right there. And so that is that little spread. And again, this is the front. I've already talked about this girl. And this is the body of the other envelope here. And right here, as I pointed out, this was a pocket. And I made this into a giant journaling tag with some lace and a book page. And she goes into the pocket. By the way, this is like notebook paper right there, so you could journal right there. And then there is your pocket. And this is this little tag. Now, this I have in the side-loading pocket right here. And this postcard right here is actually, all I did is they are printed this way. There's 4 to a page, and I just cut them, and it's kind of like a little, I don't know, a large folded tag. So, and this is, you can tell, you can control, this is one of the nice things about Tsunami Rose. You can control the size with your printer. So that goes in there. And then this postcard, it goes like this. So it's kind of like a book. So you kind of can see it. And if you don't like this flapping open, all you have to do is put this little tag like that, and it acts like a little closure. So as you can see, this is the folio with, oh, I don't know, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tags right there. And you can move any of the others. You could probably put the little notebook here and move them around. So this is it right here, the folio, as I understand folios anyway. And you close it, and this is your journal and your folio. So it is just a really ingenious idea. And like I said, mine did not. You're supposed to be able to wrap this around. And mine, I guess I was a little too tight. So this is why I just have it like this. And I wrap it around. And this is why it's too long for me. I'm not used to this because everyone knows that I like the button and the loop. And this is why because you have all of this all over the place. So I will be posting this in SD eventually. It takes me forever. And it is. So again, this is the Tsunami Rose design team. I was inspired by the Book Vandal. So again, thank you, and we'll see you again.